Alright, nerds, welcome to the CineMerts podcast with Max Coulson and Levi Johnson, where a couple of guys were like, films, walk into the sun, and everybody knows what is going on.
Walk into the sun. God damn.
That's what happens when I don't plan them at all. Today we watched Alien Resurrection.
Yeah, and all I could think about this movie was betrayal! Betrayal! Betrayed me! This film sucks! Yeah, this movie. Like,
I'm going to get ragged on by Lord Cat now.
I know. Lord Cat's like, God damn it, now because of you guys, I need to get all those jobs with IGN.
My favourite thing about that is that, like someone was ever going to be like, oh yeah, Lord Cat, I've heard of him. He's on Channel Awesome.
The only reason I'd ever heard about Lord Cat was because he complained about Spoonie ruining his career. And I was like, who the fuck are you, dude?
That's our take on some very current online drama.
when your complaint video is your most popular video, like because it references someone else. Ah, man.
Link Cara's most famous video is him ranting about not being on time with Power Rangers videos and people complaining about it. That and the Adblock video where he's also complaining.
Oh, man.
Be sure you switch off your ad block when you watch my videos because I don't want to lose like 2p.
Yeah, my AdSense revenue.
Yes. Right. So, Alien Resurrection.
Yeah, this movie pissed me off. I don't really get mad at movies. I don't give a fuck. Like, life's too short to care.
My notes are the most sporadic they have ever been.
I gave up writing notes because all I was constantly doing was like, why? What? Like, it just stopped being constructive.
Seriously, my notes. Bad editing right away. Basketball fight. Weird lesbian bait with Ripley and Winona. Tight close-ups. Stop zooming in. Stupid robot twist is stupid. Ripley's weird alien baby sucks. That's it. That's all my notes.
Yeah. I gave in like halfway through. I noticed that like there's a scene that looks like it's from MGS2.
Yeah, there is. I guess plot rundown. This is going to be a tricky one because this plot is way too much happens really early on in this movie, and then
a lot of shit happens that doesn't really have any consequence.
Yeah.
Like a fight scene with Ripley with a basketball.
Yeah, the basketball fight.
Oh, just so everyone knows, we totally watched the theatrical cut out of spite because we ain't watching any more of this bullshit.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah, I give a fuck. I don't care if it's closer to anyone's fucking vision. Fuck everyone involved. I don't care. So, the storyline goes... some military dudes who aren't Weyland-Yutani anymore, it's just some military dudes or some shit, clone Ripley.
I don't know why. I feel like it was Walmart. Like, I'm not even lying. Like, I feel like maybe in the director's cut, they say that because Weyland-Yutani collapsed, like, they got replaced by, like, Walmart or something retarded.
Sure. They clone Ripley, so they can get the alien queen back. Now, no, that doesn't make any sense. I don't know. I mean, like, they clone her, but the clone has the baby in it. That's not how cloning works.
Yeah.
But, okay. So then they get the alien out of her, but then she's also kind of part alien, so she can play basketball real good. Kind of. I mean, the movie acts like she plays basketball real good. We'll get to that. So she's all... like a clone and shit, right? And then fucking like these space pirates come, right? And they're like
they're like, hi guys, we're the fucking proto Firefly fucking cast.
Yeah, but like really proto. in that most of them just aren't fucking characters.
Yeah, pretty much.
You've got Ron Perlman,
who's Jesse from Firefly.
And then there's Black Ron Perlman.
You can tell he's a well-developed character because he's black and angry.
He's literally the same fucking character, except he can use ricochets to kill shit.
Yeah, I put down time splitters bullets as my note.
Then you've got there's Winona Ryder, who is nice, and then there's a twist later on that she's a robot.
A robot.
So that's that. Then there's the dude from Breaking Bad.
He was part of their crew? I thought he was a soldier dude.
Yeah, he was just one of the soldier dudes. You're absolutely right. He's very forgettable. There's Shouty Wheelchair Man. And then there's other girl who gets a foot massage at one point.
Yeah, like she's literally only in the movie to like show her ass.
And then there's
get
guy.
A foot massage. Then
there's guy that gives foot massage.
Yeah, he was the captain.
That's the crew. There they are. All the good, well-developed characters that they are. Then there's the military dudes with American Pie dad who's doing lots of overacting. He's playing it like Lloyd Kaufman. It's like really like over the top facial expressions and
like the weird thing with this movie is like right away like I try and derail like shit and just make inappropriate jokes. So like after they wake Ripley up, they like do a surgery or check her surgery scar for no reason. They're like, just keep her alive for some reason. Like,
yeah,
they literally like, we have no need for her whatsoever, and they're like, yeah, we'll just keep her. So I was like, what is this, like a sex thing? And then like the dude starts like checking like her scar, and like he's like, it's 3 days and it's basically healed, hinting us that maybe she's got something wrong with her, like she's part alien or something. Like, it wasn't just the most obvious crap twist ever.
Yeah.
And I was like, kind of got, like, her boobs kind of at the side there. And I was like, this guy's getting kind of sexual. Like, show me your boobies. And then, like, she grabs him with her legs just around the waist and, like, pulls him in really closely. And I'm like, wait, did she, like, read his mind and find out that he was... like, dead sexual. It starts choking him, and
she starts doing this kind of like Xenia Onatop fucking from GoldenEye, trying to like kill him with her thighs.
I was like, wait, did she read his mind? Was he like, this is my thing? Like, because after they stun her to like save him, and they're like, no, I was totally fine. And I was like, wait, like maybe that was his fucking thing. And I was like, hey, yeah, like, I'm just derailing the movie here. But then, like, throughout the rest of the movie, no. Like, the movie is just really sexual for no fucking reason.
Yeah. Like, I know...
Ripley's oddly sexual, like...
Like, I know, like, Alien, like, was subtextually sexual, but that was, like,
it's
subtext.
Yeah? This is just overt text.
Yeah, like...
like, Ripley's like, who do I have to fuck to get off of this boat? Like...
There's also the thing where it's like, because they're like showing her different things, like like getting her to name them as an exercise, and he's like holds up a fork, and she's like, "Fuck."
Yeah.
Like
what? Like you gonna go with the "I want to fuck on the table right now" joke? Like what's going on? Like it's just dumb.
Yeah, it's really odd. I think the thing is though as well, because like I mean, like I was saying about like the American Pie dad guy. Like he's playing it really over the top. Ripley's clearly been directed to play it like Sigourney Weaver's clearly been directed to play it. Ripley's super sexual, and then like the other like the scientist guys are like they're like super creepy. And, we are evil.
Like it's like, dumb though.
No one's on the same page as to how they're supposed to be playing this shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's all over the fucking place. It's really odd. And that's not helped by the weird way in which it's shot and edited.
Yeah.
So I know we're being all over the place with this, but
I hate this fucking film.
I mean, in terms of... you know what? I'm going to do the quickest plot rundown ever. They fucking clone Ripley. The space pirates, like, fucking... there. And then shit kind of goes down because the aliens do a very funny escape. And...
What do you mean the... I don't think it should be me who gets to die. Like, nah, it's gotta be you, bro. Like, I don't know, maybe can it be that guy over there? Like, no. Alright.
Yeah, and then one of the aliens uses because they had like the dry ice to make them do tricks, and then the alien presses the dry ice thing to freeze some dude.
Doesn't that stupid alien try to make out? No, the guy tries to make out with the alien.
The scientist guy tries to make out with the alien. Yeah, and then because the aliens are out, everyone starts to die, and then I mean it's really by the numbers from that point. Because the thing is, loads of other shit happens, but most of it's fucking pointless.
Yeah, like there's a scene where they go to a hospital because they go, okay, we got to get out of here because people try and eject and it doesn't go well for some guys. But then they like go, okay, we have to get back to the Betty or whatever. And then on the way, they're like, hey, what's in here? Hey, look, Ripley, you got a tattoo that says 8. There's just 7 other Ripley clones in here. And then one of them was just like, kill me!
Yeah, and then
she shoots it with a flamethrower. I'm like, a bullet to the head would have been nice, bitch. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, this poor woman is just there like, God, why? I'm on fire. Like,
now I'm suffering in 2 distinct ways.
Now my suffering is doubled, emotional and physical.
Yeah, so also let's dial it back a little bit because I want to talk about this fucking basketball fight.
Okay, yeah, sure.
So for one, Sigourney Weaver has no idea what the fuck she's supposed to be doing with this basketball. Like, they've clearly given her no fucking direction. They've got like, do some tricks with the basketball. So she's just kind of awkwardly just sort of moving it around her back.
Yeah,
like,
she's like,
passing it very slowly.
One hand, and then I'll move it to the other hand.
And then like there's this thing where like Ron Perlman's trying to like knock it out of her hand, and she's like very slowly moving it from one hand to the other. He's like, "You've got some moves, kid." Like, it's like, yeah, she's got some moves, all right. Some slow, very amateur moves.
Like, I almost did a dribble once.
And then she has a basketball fight.
Yeah, where for some reason she like hits someone in the face with the basketball.
Yeah, she hits Black Ron Perlman. Square in the face with the basketball
as retaliation for him picking up the barbell with weight still on the end and then prodding it into her face.
Yeah,
for no reason.
Yeah, he goes, "Let's play another game." Tag, and then like tries to smash it into her face. And that scene, I think, is also the scene that introduces us to the weird fucking shot choices in this movie. The film loves to just zoom in and do these ridiculous tight close-ups where it's like, it's what it reminds me of is like a early 90s comedy movie like Matilda or something like that. You know, when they do those like super ultra tight close-ups, usually with the fisheye lenses.
Yeah.
To kind of like make everything look, whoa.
There's a lot of action zooms, like where it's just like, yeah, we gotta like fucking zoom in, like you're saying, get real close up to the face.
But they'll do it like they'll have scenes where there's like there'll be
4 in a row.
Yeah, well, I was going to say they'll have like 5 or 6 characters, and they'll do a fucking these like super tight zooms on every single one of them. These action zooms on every single character.
Yeah, so like one person will throw a punch, and as they throw the punch, they do the action zoom. Then the guy getting hit in the face will respond by reeling back, and then as his face comes back to show blood, they'll do like another action zoom on that, then he'll go for a punch, and they'll action zoom from a different angle with that, and it's like, my God.
Yeah,
and then they do like Dutch angles while they're doing it.
And the thing is, this isn't just a case of them cobbling this together. This is very deliberate. This had to have been very much shot listed, right? Because you need to use like specific fucking equipment to do these types of fucking action zooms and everything. they intended it to be this way.
It's weird. It's very intentional, but like cause
That makes it more baffling.
Yeah, like a couple of these zooms, I get it. Like it's an interesting shot, right? But when you use it for like every shot, it starts getting weird.
You know when people say that like Michael Bay loves to use like lots of dynamic filming techniques, but doesn't really understand why they're used. This is like the extreme of that. Like Michael Bay's never this bad. Michael Bay, this makes Michael Bay look like he shows restraint.
Yeah.
And Michael Bay has his issues because, hey, I mean, you watch any Michael Bay movie, that camera is never fucking still. It's constantly in motion. He does not let anything sit. But there are scenes in this where it's like, yeah, but I mean, this is like it's like breaking the fucking 180 degree rule massively because it's like there's a couple of shots where it's almost like jarring where you're like, I don't know where this is happening.
Yeah.
There's one in particular, it's the scene right after the basketball fight. You know, they have that little gunfight.
Oh, that fucking trash gunfight.
Yeah, and there's one shot that's really fucking odd. It's this low angle shot. I mean, there's a lot of low angle shots, a lot of Black Ron Perlman, but it's completely centered. So like, it's usually you don't completely center the camera on an actor unless you're making like a really specific point.
Yeah.
It's really weird to do that. Usually they'd be slightly to an angle.
Yeah,
yeah. But he's completely face on, although from below. But it's just this one shot, but there's no reason for it. And there's like a million fucking shots in that one scene. So it's like, and it doesn't do anything like that after that. It only happens once. Really fucking odd.
Yeah.
Really odd. And much like the sort of certain Michael Bay movies, you have that issue where it kind of makes it really hard to focus on what's going on because you're getting this kind of information overload. I can't tell you why that gunfight thing happens. I honestly can't remember. I got too swept up in the weirdness of how it was all done that
yeah, I remember now. There was a scene just before where the chick robot. Oh, I forget what the robot.
The Winona Ryder character.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
She goes to a secret area and they're like, "You're Ellen Ripley. You died 200 years ago," which was jarring at first, but I guess it makes sense because she's a robot.
Yeah, that does well.
But
and she specifically hacked the network. She was there to kill her. So
they get there, and she's like, "Yeah, what's this?" So Ripley has a very oddly sexual scene with her, where she just starts getting really close to her and putting her face up against hers a lot, and you're like, all right, I don't understand why they did this. Anyway, after that conversation, where you find out Ripley is more of an alien because the knife gets stabbed into her. After we missed the blood, that was clearly acid in like the previous fight scene. She stabs herself and is like, "Nope, see, look, even this knife is dissolving because my blood is acid and I'm going to heal really fast." And he's like, "Okay." And then when she leaves, the guys go find her and they're like, "Hey, you're a terrorist. Now we're going to kill the rest of you guys." And then the shootout happens because they're like, fuck it, who cares? They're threatening to kill us, so they shoot everyone.
I want to point out that this all happens within maybe 15 minutes of the basketball fight. This is super condensed.
Yeah,
this part of the movie is really... so much happens in a really short span of time.
And then you get that stupid time splitters bullet where the guy's just like, "Drop your weapons." He's like, "I can't." They're like literally strapped to my arms. He's like, "Drop your weapons." He's like, "Oh, this guy's an idiot." So he shoots a light fixture that bounces the bullet into another light fixture and then launches the bullet back down into the dude's head from above.
Well, that's establishing that he can use ricochets. That'll be important for when he destroys the alien eggs. It's planting and payoff.
Was that what that was supposed to be?
Yeah, I think so.
I
He uses a ricochet twice. He uses the ricochet the second time to kill the alien eggs.
But he was underwater and just took a shot. Like,
yeah, but
it wasn't like it ricocheted specifically onto. Like, it would have just fallen down there anyway.
But you'd have been like, "What? How did that go in?" So they have to have a scene earlier on where he uses a ricochet to kill in a much more unrealistic way.
It would have been nice if, I don't know, they got chased down the halls by some aliens or something, and maybe he shot at some aliens on the walls. Like, maybe that would work. to make
That's
it better.
that's totally what that was. That was totally an attempt at like a Chekhov's gun sort of situation where it's like, hey, we've got to make sure he knows how to bounce stuff off other stuff. That'll be important later. Should have just made him good at snooker.
Yeah, you know what? That would have been a character thing as well. They should have fucking done that.
Yeah.
Like, they had a scene where they're all hanging out doing nothing.
Yeah.
Like, and then he could have been playing snooker, and Ron Perlman goes, "God damn, why are you so good at this, man?" And he's like, "Told you, man, I'm just good at, like, angles," or saying, like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, anything like that.
At least they'd then have something.
Yeah, no, just have him, like, just perfectly headshot someone using 2 ricochets, and then that's fine. Then we won't question it, you see. Because if you do it twice, that means it's good writing. This movie sucks.
It's so weird, right? Because half of my brain is like, I wonder if this movie wasn't called Alien, had nothing to do with, like, the Alien franchise, and was just its own movie, would it still suck?
Yes. Yeah, it would. Like, the thing is, there are good things about it, but they are very few and far between. And by that I mean Ron Perlman's performance and the production design. And that's it. That's the only 2 good things.
Sigourney Weaver does a good job, man.
She does a good job with what she's given.
Yeah.
But what she's given is such trash that it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yeah.
like
the whole time I was watching it, I was kind of like, man, Sigourney Weaver is wasted on this movie. Like, the scene when she finds the clones and then, like, she's in tears and stuff, I was like, this is, like, really good acting. But then, like, they then will tell her to, like, meet a guy, and then, like, okay, he's like, who are you? And he's like, I'm the alien's mother. I'm like, what?
Her
her delivery when talking about being the mother of the aliens is really fucking weird, because they, like, want her to be unhinged a bit and, like, not... it's so dragged.
Yeah, no, the movie would suck regardless of what you called it. It's just bad. Like, it's not even quite bad enough to be a great sort of B-movie watch, I don't think. Yeah. One, because it's a little bit too self-aware for that.
Like, I think the problem with it not being good enough to be a B-movie is that a B-movie would have written the crew better.
Mm-hmm.
Because the crew need to be some kind of characters, right? Like even if it was garbage, they would be given, like, each just full-on gimmicks. Yeah. No one's given a gimmick.
No.
Like, even.
This is like I said, this is the slasher problem. And it's weird to see the slasher problem in an Alien movie, because it's not a slasher franchise. Mm. But also, like, even for slashers, this would be bad. Like, most slashers, like you say, they at least have a gimmick. They usually, like, each one is a different stereotype at the very least.
Yeah, right. Like, oh, that's the annoying one. Oh, that's the nerd guy. Oh, that's...
Like, I'm not a massive proponent of super stereotypical writing, but it would be better than not having any character traits. Like,
like everyone's fucking wooden rod from fucking Birdemic.
Yeah.
Just rocking around.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Everyone in it is trying. Like, it's pretty much every actor in it's decent.
It's weird. Everyone's trying, but everyone's trying in a different way.
Yeah, because they're given no fucking direction, clearly.
Or were given just fucking wildly contradictory direction.
I think it's more likely they were given none, because that's usually what would result in that. I mean, I said at one point, I'm probably telling on myself, but it's fine, because the producer of this project will not listen to this, so it doesn't matter. So I was in this play once, and it was fucking dog shit. Okay, like, it was absolute fucking dog shit. The most shambolic production of any sort that I've ever been involved in, and that includes the piece of shit movies we've tried to make. So, like, it's truly, truly awful. And what me and a couple of the other actors started to do, just to entertain ourselves, was because we noticed the director she was never paying attention at all.
Right.
So what we would do was we'd just intentionally kind of fuck up our performances and just do weird line reads just to see if she'd actually notice. And that actually did bleed a little bit onto the stage, because she never noticed. So we just kept up in the ante, and it just kept getting weirder and weirder. I didn't really do it that much because I didn't have as much of an opportunity. But there's at least one actor I know that we've both worked with who he absolutely did it, even in the final performance, and was just doing completely obviously wrong line reads, just sort of entertain himself because the production was dog shit, right? But like, that's what sometimes it feels like's happening.
Yeah.
Like the guy from American Pie, the dude from American Pie. It feels like that's what he's doing. It feels like he was like, he realized he was in a piece of shit movie, and he was like, I'm just gonna have fun with it.
Yeah, right. Like, doesn't he like pull out his own brain?
Yeah. There's a bit where
He has to, like, some Marines are trying to get evacuated, and then an alien hops in their evacuation thing, so he throws a grenade in to like kill them all, and then he salutes. And there's like a weird low angle while he just salutes dead center at the screen just for like 30 seconds.
It's too long.
Yeah, it's too so long. Weird.
That felt odd because that felt almost like something you'd see in like a Tim and Eric sketch or something where like they intentionally don't tell the actor cut.
So yeah. I was just going to say that. Like, yeah, I was like, I'm sure he was just stood there holding it, and he was like, are they going to say cut? Are they going to... Maybe okay, I'll drop my hand, like, I guess, and then then they splice in the alien like coming up behind him, and then he's just like, Darr!
Yeah,
and then like the alien shoots his tongue into the back of its head, and then he like goes cross-eyed, and then feels round the back of his head.
It pulls
out a chunk of his own brain and just looks at it and is like, uh-oh, that's bad. And you're like...
Yeah, it's like watching Bruce Campbell in like the Evil Dead sequels and stuff. It's that kind of super cartoony, slapsticky sort of thing. But nobody else in the movie is playing it like that.
Yeah.
And it's like he was just like, fuck it, this movie's terrible. I'm just gonna have fun with it. It's so weird. I mean, I kind of wish he was in more of the movie because he was thoroughly entertaining. His character was a complete non-character as well. It's only his performance that made him entertaining. He'd be completely unmemorable if he was played normally.
Nah, I want that sexual fucking scientist back. Getting choked out by Ripley, he's like, nah, it's fine. Like, then he's like, let me make out with this alien for the glass.
Well, he's so weird because I mean, even his death is really weird. Like, you know, when he right near the end, he's like fucking like webbed up to the fucking wall, and he's like, a beautiful butterfly.
Nope, I thought too hard, and now I'm ruined. Because I was like, I wonder like how the alien got pregnant, because like it has a human womb. And then I was like, well, this guy really wanted to bang the alien. I think there's like deleted footage of him just banging the alien queen.
In any other movie, I'd say no, but this movie is horny enough that I feel like they might have shot that. This movie is ludicrously horny. This movie is hornier than a fucking Hellraiser movie. Like, it's insane.
Yeah.
Like, there's like she's like, when like Ripley falls into that mass of like writhing aliens, and then there's like the alien like sort of like carries her off, and it's like she's like underneath, like looking up at it, and she's all like fucking sweaty and shit, like looking up at this fucking alien.
It's super weird, man. And like, what's that robot's name again? Fuck it, Girl Bishop. He like gets shot later, and you find out she's a robot. Like, I know that they've got like goo, right? Like they got the white milk inside of them, you know, the man milk.
Yeah.
For no reason, Ripley, just bullet hole. She's like, hold on, let me just put 2 fingers in there. She's just like gooing around, and then she just pulls her fingers out, and they're all covered in the white goo. And it's like, are you just fucking with me? Like, what's going on here? Like,
yeah, like how am I supposed to read
this? This movie's been really overtly sexual, so like, I feel that this is really obviously something you're trying to do, right?
Yeah, it can't not be. It can't not be. It's a weirdly horny movie. Like I say, yeah, it's always been in the subtext of Alien, but again, subtext.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't a fucking Hellraiser movie. Like,
I'm
This isn't
surprised.
fucking Videodrome. This is like a fucking mainstream horror fucking action movie. And it's weird that it's this horny. Like,
Just for no goddamn reason.
especially for a film this fucking schlocky as well. It's weird that you get those two, because normally if a schlock... No. Because if a schlock film is horny, a schlock film is very normal horny. Like, schlock films, if they're horny, they just have a lot of tits.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? They'll have a lot of tits, so maybe, like, you know, oh, the monster will, like, burst into a room and, oh, there's people fucking in here. That's the way that a schlock movie is. So, but this is like a schlock movie, but it's horny in the way that, like, an art film is horny. And those are two very, like, sort of opposing ways of dealing with something.
Yeah, like...
It's an odd fucking choice.
The thing I did think that was funny, like, for me, is when the captain and his girlfriend, who is completely unnamed, has no character, does nothing, says nothing, her only character thing is to cry slightly before she goes to swim and die.
Yeah.
Like, that's literally it.
What are you talking about? She gets a foot massage.
Yeah, like the thing that was really funny with that was I couldn't help it, right? Obviously, this movie wanted to be horny, but then it tried to not be too horny, but it was obviously still too horny. So I'm guessing there was like the acceptance of going with the foot massage, right? And maybe because Josh Whedon's got a thing. But like the thing that got me was like the camera panned down a little and you see her like she's kind of topless and then she starts moaning like, ooh. And then like it goes down and then you see her butt, which that's a pretty good butt, you know?
Yeah,
like
really gratuitous ass shot. It's
yeah,
like really lingers.
yeah.
It's like, wow, okay.
But like my thought then was just remember Norbert? When it's just like, who is eating the chicken ass? I don't know why. I expected that because it went to the butt shot. I expected him to pop up from the ass, right? that was what came to my head, and I was like, "Oh, he's just giving her a foot massage." Oh, okay, I get it because of the thing. But like, I was like, this movie's horny. Like, he's just gonna pull his head out from between the cheeks, right? Like.
Oh my god. Yeah. I can see, like it's really fucking bizarre. It's really bizarre. Like,
yeah, a series that really didn't need to be horny.
Yeah, because it really never was. For all of the subtext, it really was not a horny movie.
Yeah.
The way that the kind of the sexual subtext exists in the first movie, because it really isn't in the second one, but like in the first movie, it is unpleasant.
Yeah,
like through and through, it is unpleasant. It's like it is portrayed as scary and domineering, and
the only time it becomes quote unquote overtly sexual is right at the end of the movie, where Ellen like takes off all of her clothes to go to hypersleep, right? And because let's be real. She's like wearing the panties halfway down her ass.
Yeah,
no one wears panties like that. So it becomes slightly sexual there, but it's clearly because they're going with like more on the fact that being completely naked and then the alien being there would be terrifying, right? Like that's more of what they're going for here. Whereas an Alien 2 does not have like any real sexual undertones. Like
no,
she makes a reference to like fucking Kyle Reese. She's like, hey Kyle Reese, do you want to hook up after you're done dating Linda Hamilton?
But like and in terms of subtext, obviously like James Cameron doesn't do subtext. So like James Cameron movies, you know what they mean.
Yeah.
When he tries to do subtext, you get unobtainium.
Well, what's this material? It's real hard for me to get it. Shit. Not gettable-ness. Damn, that's probably too obvious.
That's not... James Cameron's not like a smart movie guy. He's a competent movie guy. And then like Alien 3, again, you bring more of that back. I mean, there's like a rape scene and stuff. But again, it becomes once again very unpleasant.
Yeah.
So to get to turn it into this like super horny thing 4 movies in is really odd.
Yeah.
But that's the weirdest thing, because obviously this feels nothing like an Alien movie.
No.
Um,
I was saying to you, like, at the start of the movie, I was like, this looks like the set of, like, the Matrix, really.
yeah, it looks like the Nebuchadnezzar.
Yeah, the
like
Nebuchadnezzar, that's what it's called.
Yeah, I mean, this was actually before the Matrix. This was 97, but I think mostly that just sort of speaks to, I guess, kind of I guess what sci-fi looked like around the sort of
Yeah, I was gonna say it must be like shifting
mid to late 90s. Was
trends.
that kind of those kind of more brown tones, like a lot of metal grates, that kind of factory look almost. You know, you had, I guess, like when did Solaris come out?
I haven't even seen that.
Anyway, it is this weird, odd one out type thing, because, like I said, like you say, the look of it, the production design look, which is actually good.
It is good. It is good.
Like, the production does some really good matte painting work, actually. There's a couple of shots that look really, really good. Yeah, I don't know who did the work on it, but it looks nice. Unfortunately, it's kind of undermined a lot of the time by the really bad choices of shots and, like, editing and things.
Yeah.
But when the film occasionally does these, like, long takes, you do see it more. Although now I'm bringing up long takes, I want to bring up that bit where Winona Ryder throws boxing gloves at the fucking camera.
Okay, yeah. Uh-huh.
It's before the weird, vaguely lesbian thing that happens.
Yeah. Because, hell, that scene even sets up this to even happen.
So Winona Ryder's trying to drink while wearing boxing gloves for some reason. And then she spills the drink, and Ron Perlman yells at her.
And Black Ron Perlman also yells at her as
well. Yeah, because they're distinct characters. She takes off the boxing gloves and, like, tosses them to one side, and they just smack straight into the camera, and the camera, like, moves, like, it actually wobbles slightly, and, like, you see the angle, like, shift, like, a couple of millimeters, and it's like, that doesn't seem like an artistic decision.
Right?
That just looks like that happened by accident, and they just left it in. It's really fucking weird.
Like, they could have done anything. Just cut to a different shot. Just cut to a different shot, and
but that would have ruined the long take. The super important artsy long take of them doing nothing. Because that scene was totally necessary anyway.
It's a weird shot as well, because all it is Ron Perlman on the left, Black Ron Perlman on the right, and Girl Bishop in the background. And that's it. Like, she's center in the background with the boxing gloves. She then knocks over the drink, and they go, God damn it. And they're like, go take a walk. She's like, fine, you guys, being assholes.
And then she goes off to do her
terrorist mission. Yeah, secret agent mission.
Yeah.
Which
they could have just started on that.
Yeah.
They didn't need to establish it with go take a walk. So, like, I don't know.
Yeah, like, what do you think that we would all just be like, wait, why is she just walking around on her own? How did she get away from anyone else? There's no possible way that anyone would ever stop talking to her or let her do anything on her own at any point or any time.
Yeah, it's so fucking weird.
It doesn't set up anything. The scene is just there. It's not a character moment. Like, it seemed like that. It obviously is supposed to be a character moment. That's what it's there for. The characters were supposed to have done something to ingratiate themselves onto the audience. They did nothing.
No, they didn't.
They didn't do it.
Other than, I guess...
like show that she can wear boxing gloves like an idiot?
She puts boxing gloves on and tries to drink a drink because she's quirky, I guess. I mean, that's not really what her character's like the rest of the movie.
I guess
a character is a strong word, to be honest.
Yeah.
But because she is not a fucking character.
She's given a lot of childlikeness.
Sometimes when they sort of decide that that's what they want to do with her.
Sometimes children do stupid stuff, like try and drink from cups in stupid ways, like upside down.
Yeah, I'm not sure about
drink on their face.
Not sure about robots doing that.
She's programmed to be that way. They even say that as well.
Yeah.
Like, why are you so nice to people? She's like, I'm programmed to be that way. Cool. could have just given her a bulletproof jacket and it'd be fine.
Yeah. This movie sucks.
Yeah, like, I'm going to go to that scene where it turns out that she's a robot and...
Oh, yeah.
Like, they try and have a character moment with her and Ripley, because then she's like, I'm disgusting. I'm not even human. Gah. And I'm like, alright. And then she looks at Ripley and she's like, you're like part alien. Don't you hate being alive as well because you're disgusting? And Ripley's like, oh, really? I ain't just gonna, like, fucking die for no reason. Like, well, what do you want me to do? Just kill myself? That'd be pretty stupid. And that's it. That's the scene.
Yeah,
like,
that's the scene. See, the movie just sort of assumes that you'll care about the characters just off the bat, and that's not really how it works. A film has to make you like the characters,
right?
And it doesn't. It doesn't. And the thing is, right? I like Winona Ryder as an actor. I like her in a lot of things. It would be very easy to ingratiate me to a character she's playing. And they don't.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like I say, the only character, it's like, I was kind of semi-rooting for Ron Perlman. I mean, not really, because I know how it goes, but like, semi-rooting for Ron Perlman is because he is and he's not really given much character, but he is, you know, angry, and his performance is sort of big enough and sort of entertaining enough that it kind of...
Ron Perlman is a charismatic actor.
Yeah.
Which is so weird because you would be like, he's not really an attractive guy, but he's very charismatic. He also has something that he likes to do. He likes being a dickhead. Which, you know, in a movie where everyone else around you have no connection to and don't give a fuck about, when there's a guy just being a dickhead to these guys and I don't really care for him, I'm like, yeah, fine then, be a dickhead.
Right, yeah.
Like, that becomes him being nice. If those other characters were characters, like, maybe I would dislike Ron Perlman because he's being a dickhead to, like, a guy in a wheelchair. That's a pretty asshole thing to do, right?
Yeah, except the guy in the wheelchair is just a guy in a wheelchair. I know nothing else about him.
And maybe kind of assholey, like,
I don't know, he yells a lot.
Yeah, like...
But that's all I really get from him, is he yells a lot and he's in a wheelchair. That's his character.
Yeah, I took the fact that he yelled a lot to him being a bit of an arsehole.
I guess. I mean, he just seems loud more than anything.
Yeah.
But, like,
who? Oh, actually, I've got to go back to Black Ron Perlman. When Black Ron Perlman dies, that bit is just amazing.
It's like, so funny.
It's actually hilarious. So They come out of, like, the Metal Gear Solid 2, like, underwater section, and he's clearly, like, freaking Ryder because he's got Emma Emmerich on his back. I should have called the wheelchair guy Emma Emmerich the whole time. And, like, he starts climbing up this ladder with Emma Emmerich on his back, and Emma's like, crap, there's an alien coming, and my gun has jammed. So then, you know, Black Ron Perlman's like, I guess instead of climbing, I'll just start shooting at it instead. And everyone else just stands there and goes, damn, they're definitely shooting at it. And then the alien catches up to him and sprays some acid. And Black Ron Perlman's like, well, that acid has really made me sleepy now, so I'll pass out. So he starts passing out, at which point Emma Emmerich spins around and grabs onto, like, the thing and is like, I gotta hold on. The alien grabs Black Ron Perlman's boot very loosely. And he's like, I can't shake it. It's got me. I guess there's only one thing for me to do. Just get the hell out of this movie. So he just unclips his, like, jacket and they're like, no, what are you doing? Nah. And then, like, Ron Perlman shoots the alien in the head and kills it. But it stays hanging on just very loosely. Like, the hand is just slightly balanced. And he's like, nah, I'm out of this movie. And he just cuts the thing and it falls in the water. Which, yeah, they established there was an alien in there, but it was the alien they just killed. So, like, he's just like, Yeah, I don't care.
I guess
like,
I'll just drown.
he's just like swimming in the water, like, yeah, whatever, man, it's all cool. Like, he's just floating there. Like, at the end of the movie, like, when the ship crashes, he's just there, like, yeah, man, it's cool.
Yeah, that is a really funny scene. You know, the funny thing about not giving anyone a character is there is one character who they give a weird amount of character to, or at least try to. It doesn't really work, and that is Ripley's fucking alien baby, where they keep they. I think what we're supposed to do is feel kind of bad for it.
Yeah.
The problem is
Because they even give it a sad face.
But the issue is that its sad face is extremely funny.
Yeah.
I mean, all of its faces are funny. It looks very funny.
It looks like shit.
It looks like do you remember that movie Master of Disguise? When he has the turtle costume on?
Man, I'm totally enough.
Like that's what he look. That's what it looks like.
It's just weird because it's got like the little tiny button nose. Like it's literally like this little tiny speck button
nose. And its eyes are too expressive. Its eyes are way too expressive, like to the point of it again being just kind of comedic. Because it's like eyebrows go up like really really high. It's like I'm a cute little alien, and it's too funny. And and on top of that, it makes that stupid little like squeaky cat noise thing. It's like it's like what the fuck? No, it's too funny. I can't feel bad for this thing because I am laughing at its existence. It's it's so ridiculous.
It's so weird. It's almost like do you think Joss Whedon played fucking Metroid or something and was like, yeah, Samus like saved a baby Metroid. I should have fucking Ripley have a baby alien.
I mean, maybe to be honest, I think that's probably about right. But obviously, the problem is that whoever the fucking dude who directed this fucking movie went went to a designer who then drew that and went, yeah, that'll do. Fuck it.
It's like, hey, H.R. Geiger, do you want to design a human-alien crossover? What, you mean the alien from the first movie? Nah, man, like even more human-alien crossover. It sounds stupid, and I don't want anything to do with it. Like, this one's gonna have eyes. But, like, not having eyes is the whole thing that makes it scary. Like, because...
This one isn't supposed to be scary, though. This one you're supposed to feel bad for.
What?
And it's sometimes be scared of.
It's got a long tongue.
Yeah, oh my god, yeah.
It licks Ripley because it thinks it's its mum.
Yeah.
And then when Ripley runs away, it's like, hey, Mom, you can't leave me. Why you do that to me? Like, it's got skin. Like, it's weird because it's got like human skin. And it's got like fucking small tits as well.
It's
like
fucking awful. And then there's that one wide shot of it when it's like that's when it's got Winona Ryder pinned under the thing and it's like going after it and there's that big wide shot and I fucking lost my shit. It's so fucking funny because it stands on two legs like a person, like it's completely straight posture.
The weirdest thing is, it looked so much like an alien from District 9, like one of the prawns.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
But like shit though.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. They look kind of cool.
They look good.
They look good, but like it looks. Seeing it standing there like just completely upright, it was so comical.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's got a kind of little pot belly.
Yeah.
And it looks so stupid. It looks so fucking stupid. I don't understand how you could sign off on that. I genuinely don't understand how you... One, who the fuck drew that and went, yeah, that'll do. And then the fact that the director then saw it and went, yeah, that's good. That's exactly what my creative vision for this film is.
Right? Like, Jesus Christ. It probably would have worked better if it just looked like a human child.
Yeah.
Like, if they just made it look like a human child, except, like, it had the alien tail and, like, had fangs and shit. Like, you know, it still had, like, a monstrous kind of mouth. But they just went with it's humanish. And, like...
in a way, that could be creepier.
Like, hell, like, just imagine Newt... I'm trying to figure it out, because I was going to be, like, think of it, but I was like, but they'll have to not have clothes on. And then it gets weird. Like,
Well, yeah, but it could be kind of a more alien-esque body, but with a child sort of head, kind of, but not. It's still like human proportions, though.
So my mind was really giving me, Laura from Logan.
With you, yeah.
Yeah, could you imagine her? Like, I'm just imagining her doing a performance.
It would be terrifying.
Like, she has an alien tail.
That could actually be scary.
And like, she's got like the long mouth. She has the extra alien mouth inside her mouth as well. And like, she's like running around like trying to kill shit, but then she wants to hang out with Ripley, and Ripley then has to kill her. That seems like a really terrifying, kind of horrifying kind of thing to see.
Yeah, it'd have a much more existential sort of thing where it's like, oh my god, this is like, this is a lot scarier on a psychological level. But instead, they went with an incredibly funny puppet.
Yeah,
a very, very funny puppet, and I can't get past it. It is the strangest fucking decision. I just like. That's the best design. That's the design that what was rejected, man.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that has to have been a first draft, surely. There is no way that whoever made that came up with something worse than that, right?
Yeah.
It's horrendous.
It's
truly horrendous.
I don't think there's ever been a worse monster reveal.
No, it's actually worse than the one in Signs, and the one in Signs was bad.
Yeah.
But the one in Signs was bad just because it was kind of disappointing, because it was built up the entire movie, and it's it's kind of a shitty alien.
Yeah. This was like, literally, they're like, oh, by the way, this alien queen don't lay eggs. Where do we get the alien eggs from? And is now pregnant with your baby. It's having your baby, Ripley, because you gave it a womb. And then that thing's born.
Yeah, and the scientist guy's like, come on.
You're a beautiful butterfly. Ah, my head.
He also gets upset when it kills the alien queen.
Which because he fucked it.
The baby kills the alien queen, and he's like, no. It's like, what am I watching? And also how she kills the alien baby is hilarious.
Oh god.
It's so dumb.
Yeah.
She shoots a hole in the window of the spaceship, and then it gets sucked out of the window. No, I'm not saying it wrong. It wasn't blown out. It was sucked out because it's pinned up against it, which means it should just stop it.
Yeah. Because in the vacuum of space, the pressure that you would feel would be the same as the internal pressure within. I.e., 1 atmosphere. That's how hard you're getting blown out.
Yeah. Well, think about it, right? And any force as well is coming from inside, not from outside. There is nothing outside. You are. The force is pushing. Well, if it's pushing, what's not going to happen is you're going to get all your insides sucked out through the hole, and then go inside out and turn into polystyrene chunks. It's very appropriate that this movie ends with one of the worst effects in the entire film.
In the entire film? I think it's one of the worst effects in the entire franchise.
Yeah.
True. It's even worse than the what's it called? Captain Head in Alien 1.
It's worse than the alien bursting out of Ripley's chest in the theatrical version of Alien 3. It's worse than that.
Yeah.
It looks terrible. It's on that kind of what were they going for level of bad. It's worse than professional movie. It's the sort of thing that you don't expect from a film that cost actual money to make.
It's so weird as well, because when that happens, it's totally I can get it. I get it. I see what Joss Whedon was doing. You know what he was doing, right? He was like, it's like a callback to the first movie, because in the first movie, Ripley injected out of space. So he's like, I'm going to do a callback to the first movie.
It's 100% a callback.
Except, my seed's going to be bigger and better than that one, because Ripley like blew up the alien and it like blew up as a polystyrene effect in the first Alien movie when it gets blown up. It's like, well, my one's gonna get sucked out into
Who's gonna spew polystyrene?
It's like, Jesus Christ, dude.
Oh my god. And then, oh, by the way, right after that, they go to Earth, and they're like, oh, we're saving the Earth, and the fucking ship just crashes, and, like, the explosion is the size of a fucking continent. It's like, oh my god, that clearly wiped out more people than the fucking alien could have possibly done. That's insane. That is an extinction level event.
Like, I love that scene as well, because that's a proper like me and you kind of scene where we'd be like, don't worry, we saved Earth. And it's just like a fucking missile like blows up. It reminds me so much. I'm gonna nerd out here, where in the Mass Effect 3, one of my favorite things that like fucking nerds decided to calculate was like at the final battle when they fight the Reapers in space. Everyone just starts shooting just at random, just directly ahead of them, and they're like, guys, you can't just do, you can't, everyone just can't, like a whole galaxy's worth of ships can't just start shooting randomly at Reapers, like, who are flying in front of the planet. All of those are like sub-light speed ordnance, like, that are about to fly past the Reapers because people are just shooting at random and hit what's directly behind the planet Earth. So like these many people firing all these orders is just gonna destroy the whole planet. Like, I just love the idea. Like, we saved Earth. Every game destroyed. Like, we did it. Like, thumbs up. Like, the credits.
Oh man, that's like, didn't people do that with Star Wars, with Return of the Jedi? Like people calculated that like the explosion of the Death Star being that close to the forest moon of Endor would have just burnt the entire planet to a fucking crisp.
I fucking love when people do shit like this. Like, well, we can figure out based on this size, this much energy, this means this should be output. Yeah, you're dead.
Honestly, that is the sort of ending that, because I mean, and it does feel like a bit of a joke, because like it like you see the explosion and they go, we did it, we saved the Earth.
Like some Captain Hero shit.
It absolutely does feel like that. Like it's like it does feel like a joke we'd do, to be honest. Like we I'm pretty sure I have written scripts that do that. Like, basically, where it's like, you know, oh, we saved the day, and then there's just like some fucking like horrifying like event happening right behind them. Oh man. Anything else to talk about? This is a bit all over the place.
Yeah, it has, but I feel this has been a needed kind of all over the place, like unstructured, like ramble that goes everywhere, covers everything.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I do still think Alien fans, like, if you watch the first, so let's say if you're watching these movies through, if you're like just a fan of, if you watch the first three or first one and you're like, oh, I like this, second one, you know, you get into it, do still watch the fourth one. It's a bad movie. You won't like it, but it's so interestingly bad as an Alien movie.
Yeah.
It's a weird anomaly of a film. Next time we're going to be probably watching Dune. Which one? One of them. Until next time, Ian Beale.